So every once in a while, something comes out where I'm like, I don't really care if people want to see this. We're still making a video on it. I'm sure there's enough people that care as much as I do about this, but Amazon, we've been doing these like take-home meal prep services. They have their own, you know how they are, bro. They gonna try to get in on everything. That's just Amazon in a nutshell. But you can see all the different types they have. Now, there are a ton of these. They're still hot. That's why I had to put them down. Long story short, you can see all the meal prep services that we've done have meals very similar to this. This one is slow roasted beef and mashed potatoes. Not that that matters. What does matter is this. It's through Amazon Fresh. Now, there are brick and mortar Amazon Fresh stores. There's one near me. I didn't do that. I actually ordered these the way I order Amazon Fresh when I get groceries and just put it in the order. So I didn't have to pay any extra delivery charge on top of that. All of these meals are uniform across the board. They're $8. There's a ton of different flavors, so they are cheaper than what you would get from like a HelloFresh, factory meals, etc. All that really matters is, do they taste good? Calorically, you'll see. I actually think they're relatively competitive, which is kind of scary. They're always undercutting at Amazon, but anyway, I got 4 in total. If I like these, I'll do more. If this video does well, I'll do more, but without further ado, let's get into this video. Also pretty cool, they come in these like plastic containers. If you grew up like I did, you could use these, you know, little leftovers, whatever you want to do. Maybe that's just my house though. Anyway, this is the slow roasted beef and mashed potatoes with gravy, carrot, sweet potato, celery, and mushrooms. 440 calories, 23 grams of fat, 18 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs. And for you sodium people, yeah, it's relatively high with 1,560. All of these things are pretty easy to cook. They're all like 2 minutes stir, and then, you know, an additional minute, minute and a half. Some of them are like only just 2.5 minutes, but in most of them are between about 2 and 4 minutes total cook time. But if you had smell-o-vision like I do, I know I don't, I wish I did. This smells really good. I'm gonna give y'all a close-up. You know, we got to get in here sometimes when we got stuff like this, but this smells really like kind of good. That's not bad. Like, it's not great. A little salty for me, but I'll break it down. The beef is incredibly tender. I'm actually scared of how tender this is. It definitely doesn't taste like frozen food. It tastes like if you were getting this from like the hot food to go at like a Walmart or something like that. Like I said, the gravy is a little salty for me, but texturally the beef is on point. It's a thick gravy. The mashed potatoes, like, I could see people liking this. Again, I just think it's a little too salty for me. Let me try the mashed potatoes by itself. Tastes like instant mash. $8. Little, not as good as like the Factors or the Cook Unity, if I'm being real, but it's close enough that for what it costs, I honestly don't mind it. I'm rating everything on that same scale. This I would give a 6 out of 10. Like, it's not bad. Again, you can see I keep picking at it. I'm trying to get like the carrot pieces. These are real carrots, and they're tender. What really kills this for me is the gravy, which is a little salty for me. But other than that, I could really see people liking this. I don't think it's half bad at all. And the best part about it is you can just order one of these. You don't have to get like 10 or wait for it to get sent to your house. I ordered this yesterday at like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's the next day, and right now it's like 10 p.m. So, not bad at all. I'm interested to see what the rest of these taste like now, because now you got my interest. So next up, we have the General Tso's chicken, or Tso's, chicken tempura, fritters, rice, and broccoli. That's obvious, yeah, but 550 calories, 21 grams of protein, 75 grams of carbohydrates, obviously with a ton of rice in here, 1,050 milligrams of sodium, and 8 grams of fat. That's really low fat. Where the hell's that? These things are still pretty hot. I cooked them all, but because you can keep the lid on, they're still all pretty hot. But here we go. I gotta give you all a close-ups of these, because this does look like it's gonna do something. I don't know what it is, but all of these like ready-made types of meals, the Chinese food is always the best one. You get a pretty good amount of sauce in here. It's white rice, so that's obvious, like nothing to write home about. But look how much this sauce soaks in to the rice in here. And it's a decent sauce for like what I'm expecting. I'm not going to compare this to regular Chinese food if I got from a real spot, but the chicken is, the breading's obviously going to be a little soggy because you're like thawing this out. Like, this isn't half bad. Let me get a piece of this broccoli while I'm here. Steamed broccoli. but it's fresh. This really isn't bad again. $8. I would get this again. I'm giving this a 7.5 out of 10. Again, they're not as good as Cook Unity, Factor, and all this stuff, but I don't think they're trying to be because they're $2 cheaper and you don't have to wait and you can just order 1 or 2 of these. And I'm for that. Next up, we have the black pepper beef with rice and black pepper sauce. This one is 490 calories, 19 grams of protein, 83 grams of carbs. Again, there's a ton of rice in here and 10 grams of fat. Sodium, people, 890 milligrams. Again, if you could smell these, they all smell pretty good. There's your close-up. This is the best one. This tastes like pepper steak. I'm going to have one issue with it so far, though. But the flavor on this is easily the best. I love that peppery, like, it's not gravy, but it's like a little, like, what would you call this? Like the beef juice? Hey, yo, right? And the onions. Only issue. And this usually happens even when I order pepper steak from like Chinese food places. It's a little chewy. Not unbearably chewy, but a little bit. I'll tear this one up. You give me this, a little lunch, maybe a bag of chips. I eat everything with chips. I'm in there. It's really peppery and really oniony, and I like that. This one, I'm gonna give 8 out of 10. And again, I keep saying the same thing. $8, 550 calories. Heat it up for 2 minutes in the microwave. They always undercut at Amazon. And then finally, we have chicken fettuccine alfredo. I mean, this one's pretty obvious, but made with chicken raised without antibiotics. Nice to know. And some broccoli. Most calories here, 580 calories, 28 grams of protein, 44 grams of carbs, 31 grams of fat, and then 1,020 milligrams of sodium. Now, these you're supposed to like stir up. I didn't, just for the sake of like presentation. I guess I just wanted to see like what it looked like, or to show you what it looked like. So I'm gonna stir this up right now. It's a very thick Alfredo, and the fettuccine noodles look like they're not like undercooked or anything, or overcooked, but fat ass noodles. Tastes like Olive Garden. And that's a good thing. Like, I'm not even saying that as a diss. I'm saying for $8 you can get something that tastes like Olive Garden. I like this one. Again, my expectations, when I say I like this, I'm not saying it's the greatest Alfredo I've ever had. Oh my God, it's just banging. I would eat this over, you know, Gino's Pizza down the street. No. I'm talking about, I paid $8. I put it in the microwave. I took it out and I ate it. For those expectations, I like this. Like, if I'm like one of those people, I know there's a lot of people out there who have the type of jobs where, you know, you got the break room or something like that. You know, I know some people that work like in the medical field that do that type of stuff, and they kind of just, you know, want to heat something up real quick, sit down, enjoy their food, not waste time trying to like get food because their lunch breaks aren't that long. This is the type of stuff that I would get. If I put a little pepper on this, I'm good to go. This is my favorite one, 8.5. Again, these aren't elite, but they're good enough that I would get a couple of them with my groceries and just work with it that way. My favorite part about doing this through Amazon, I know people don't like Amazon. It's a whole video for a whole different topic. I'm here to talk about the food and your convenience. But the fact that I can order as many or as little as I want to, if you didn't know, you could go on Amazon right now and try one and see if you liked it. You don't have to go through the whole putting your stuff on carb on file and they're going to send you a couple next week. For that reason, I like this idea. They're always trying to do this there. And because I use Amazon Fresh anyway, I'm interested in seeing like the rest of these and how good they are. I tried to get a variety of different kinds. You know, they had some other stuff that looked pretty good, even like a meatloaf. So comparable to what you'd get from like the little delis and stuff from there. This really isn't bad at all. So nice job with these. I hope this video does well because I love trying stuff like this. This is interesting to me. When I saw this, I was like, I'm ordering this. I hope people like it. So I hope you like it. These are decent. They're on Amazon, $8. Try them. Let me know what you think if you did. Let me know what you think if you had them. But as always, there's no outro on this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.